Hey everyone, it's Dr. Kelly. How are you doing today? I hope everybody's been doing fantastic. It's been a whole week since I've done a Facebook video, and those weeks, those days go so fast. Tonight, I am offering something fun, something special. We're going to talk about dry skin, and this is a common problem, but I've got 3 tips for you, 3 super powerful tips that help with dry skin a ton. And why are we talking about it? Well, because we're getting into fall, we're getting into winter. I know some of you have been suffering with dry skin throughout the whole year, and I'm going to give you a big tip on what's probably going on with that. But I want some easy things for you to change and to do, and I've got a special giveaway for you. So tonight, if you're watching live, thank you for watching, and I hope this time a little bit later works out well for a lot of people. If not, you guys just have to send me a message. Give me a different time, different day, something I want to hit the most people that I can when we're live. But I know a lot of you watch it later, and I so much appreciate that. So I've got a giveaway for all of you, but you have to do something for me. You've got to like the videos, of course. Hey, Holly. Hi, Lisa. And I want you to make sure that you write a comment for me, and you've got to share this video, okay? So the number 1 tip that I'm going to give you today, and remember that there are three tips for dry skin that I'm going to tell you about. Hi, Mandy, tonight. And this one is tied to the giveaway, okay? So the first thing, most of you are dehydrated. You're not drinking enough water. I mean, I know you hear about that all the time. If you remember, or if you've been a follower for a long time, in January I talked about one health challenge a week, and the number 1 thing that I talked about was water. Water, water, water. You guys are not drinking enough water, and it should be spring water or artesian water, at the very least filtered water. Do not drink tap water. If you go to your city's website, hi Heather, you will see all of the contaminants in your water, and so the tap water doesn't filter out everything that it should. So I have reverse osmosis water. I've talked about that before. This is my typical water bottle. And yes, this is water in here with some lemon and with some minerals, so it looks like mud. But I make sure I drink 1 or 2 of these a day, plus the other things that I drink in tea and things like that. Hi, Courtney. So water is the number 1 of the 3 things I'm going to tell you about tonight that you have to do. I even have a gentleman who complained and complained and complained about his dry eyes and dry eyes and dry eyes. Your eyes are moist. You get tears. If you're dehydrated, you can't make tears. He would have so much pain. He would wake up in the middle of the night and his eyes would be stuck together, like literally stuck to his eyeballs. And I told him he needs to drink more water, and we added more salt, and he needs to drink more water. And it took him 3 or 4 months before he actually started drinking more water, because he just kept thinking he did drink enough water. But his eyes didn't change, and they didn't change. Hey, Laura, hi, Bubbles. They didn't change until he actually followed what I told him to do. Drink more water. Drink enough water so that your urine, when you pee, it's clear or very, very pale yellow. That's the best way to know, are you drinking enough, okay? Your urine will get very clear and have very little color to it when you're hydrated well. So, thank you for all the comments so far, and if you're just joining, please remember to comment, Lisa, that's horrible. You need more water if your eyelids are doing that too. That's the easiest thing. Hey, Bev, it's not always the only thing. Okay, so here's the giveaway. If you want a chance at getting one of these prizes, you need to comment, tell me which one you want, and you need to share this video on your page, okay? Help me reach other people that are outside of my normal group. Help me do that, because I'm giving you life-changing strategies, tips, things for your lifelong journey of health, okay? That's what it's all about. So I've got two really cool products right here to hold your water in, right? So stainless steel, both of them, stainless steel. How cool is this mason jar, right? How many of you want to be drinking from this at work, having this on your desk? Stainless steel, it's got a nice cap. Of course, the straw is plastic. Sorry, you can always try to find a glass straw, but that's the best that I could do for this product. drkellyfelmer.com. If any of you need further help than the tips that I like to give you on Facebook, you got to go there and we can always connect. But I have your choice of a stainless steel mason jar or a stainless steel water bottle. Hi, Lori. And so this one is great. It's skinnier on the top to hold onto, and it's got a nice strong seal on the top so that it's not going to leak, but it's easy to pop open, easy to drink out of. To hold your water, water, guys. You need to be filling these up a couple of times a day and drinking more water and drinking more water. It is the number one thing to help with all of your skin issues, your dry eye issues, your joint issues. Your joints need lubrication as well, okay? So if you've got dryness going on anywhere, and specifically we're talking about dry skin, but you need more water, okay? So to get in the drawing, hi Holly, for one of these products, I want you to tell me which one you like. Okay, so tell me, do you think the mason jar one is cool, or do you prefer the water bottle one? Because I ordered them both, obviously, because I'm like, oh, I like them both. But I know so many of you, I want to be active, I want you drinking more. I really wanted a good, light, easy, pop-top water bottle. But mason jars are so cool, and to have a little handle, and that I was able to find it in stainless steel. Stop drinking out of plastic. Don't drink out of aluminum. Stainless steel. Water bottle. Awesome. Thanks, Holly. So tell me which one you prefer and share the video. Don't forget. Okay? Then I'll put you guys in a drawing and I'll pick a couple of names. Maybe you dig the water bottle. Thanks, Laura. Water bottle. Oh, nobody likes my mason jar. All right. There we go. Courtney likes the mason jar. So I'll give a couple of those away, and don't forget to share the video too, okay? So that was only tip number 1. You have to drink more water. Please, everybody, promise me you're going to try. You've got to do it, because it's the simple things that make the biggest impact in your health, in your life, in how you feel every single day. Thanks, Amber. And it's not about taking drugs and taking pills and the newest treatment and the most fabulous whatever. It's about taking care of you in the simplest ways, because that's the most important thing. Most people get sick because they're not doing the basic things that your body needs. Awesome, Mandy. Thanks. And Bev too, mason jar. All right, so we got half and half now. Awesome. Okay, so that was tip number 1 for your dry skin or your dry eyes. Had a couple of people mention that, right? Drink more water. Super easy to do. There is no excuse. Any excuse that you want to try to tell me about, I don't care. I don't believe you. It does not matter. You can do it. Just start doing it, okay? All right, awesome, Maria. Perfect, perfect. Okay. Number 2, now I do a lot of different videos about thyroid, but I'm going to tell you that a lot of you with dry skin, bad dry skin, it's because your thyroid's not optimal. And hey, Sean, myself included, I used to have horrible dry skin, and I used to talk about this a lot as well. I remember, coming into winter, I mean, it was bad all the time, but my shins right here And because I'm such a visual person, right here across my belly used to be flaky. Like I'd take off my pants and be like, wow, my skin is just flaking off. Hey Phoebe, hey Erin. And so that's horrible. But guess what? When I was having that horrible, horrible dry skin, my shins, I don't know why they were the worst there. Hi Maria. And my belly there. Every time, take off my pants, unbutton, and I'm like getting ready for bed. I'm like, wow, hey Diet, that's a lot of skin just fluffing off. You know, it wasn't like, you know, it kind of seemed like it was dandruff, but I didn't have dandruff, but it was just falling off my belly and on my shins. There was nothing I could do or put on it to make it go away. Just looked white and dry and cracked all the time. But this is tied to my thyroid. And at that time of my life, I was on Synthroid. And so like many of you who have a thyroid problem, you need to go on a medication. And the first thing that your primary care does is put you on Synthroid, maybe levothyroxine. Guess what happened? My TSH changed and it went to the perfect level. And I was told I'm perfect. Everything's great. You're fine. We've corrected the thyroid problem. That's what you're told. That's what I was told. And I know so many of you were just like me where I said, okay, so that worked. I'm taking the medication. My number looks perfect. Now TSH corrected that. That's no longer out of the normal values, but I'm still tired. I'm still fat. I still don't want to get up in the morning, and my skin is horrible. Now, who is in that boat with me? I was there for many years. We went up a little bit, we went down a little bit on my Synthroid, you know, got adjusted, everything's fine, you're doing great, you're fine, but I didn't feel fine. I didn't feel fine at all. Nothing changed. Nothing changed. They said I was fine because they manipulated a number, okay? But Synthroid and levothyroxine are synthetic, right? They're man-made, not body-made, not bioidentical. They're man-made. They're not even from an animal, so I'm going to talk about that next, the desiccated thyroid medication for those of us who need to be on a thyroid medication, and I do. I have Hashimoto's. I have had a lot of destruction done to my thyroid gland, and I will probably always need some level of thyroid medication. But the key here is, we're talking about dry skin. This isn't the talk all about thyroid, but I want to prove a point in the physical change that happened when I got my thyroid optimal and when I switched to the desiccated thyroid. The first thing I got a nurse practitioner to change me over to, and now I manage myself. I do not allow anyone else to manage my thyroid. I take care of it myself because I know a ton more than any practitioner I've been to as far as my thyroid is concerned. But she was willing to help me out. I said, I really want to switch medications. I don't think the Synthroid is doing it for me. I don't have energy. I still am fat. I can't lose the weight, blah, blah, blah. My skin is horrendous. Got switched over to Armor. Armor is not my favorite desiccated thyroid, but it was the first one that they always go to, and that's fine. But changes started to happen. And it was after that when I got on a natural form of thyroid medication. Desiccated thyroid means it's a glandular. It comes directly from the thyroid of a pig. So it's actual hormone. It's not man-made hormone. It is made into a medication. It is regulated. Okay, so some doctors feel that it's not regulated. It's FDA regulated because it's a medication. So it's standardized, okay, but it's real. It's not the synthetic form. So some of you have a hard time, myself included, taking the synthetic form of T4, which, yes, feeds that feedback loop and says, oh, you're fine, you've got enough hormone, everything's good. But when you're still losing your hair, when you've got dry skin everywhere, when you're still tired, when you've got all of the classic symptoms of hypothyroidism, that hormone is not getting into the cell and being used. So they take for granted that, wow, I'm giving you T4, the TSH changed, everything's perfect. But when you still have all of the symptoms of hypothyroidism, the cells aren't getting it. When your hair is still falling out, the hair follicles are not getting the T4 and T3. When my skin was still so horrendous, my skin cells were not getting the thyroid hormone. Every single cell needs to get T3 inside the cell so we can function normally. So if you still have symptoms, the cells in that area are not functioning normally. When I got on a desiccated thyroid and when I started to manage my own thyroid, change my food, work on my belly, decrease my inflammation, that's when my skin changed. And I don't have a dry skin problem anymore at all. So I do use coconut oil. I'm going to show you, it's tip number 3 is another fabulous skin cream if you've got really bad dry skin and in the process of taking care of your thyroid. You got to take care of your thyroid, or at least get it checked out if you think you don't have a thyroid problem. If you do have a thyroid problem, it's not optimal if your skin is still horrendous and dry. In the winter, it's always going to be a little drier. The air is drier. So just like my first tip was drink more water because you get dehydrated inside, when the environment gets dehydrated, when it gets drier, it's less humid, that affects us too. It affects us a little bit. So there'll always be a little bit of dryness in the winter, but we can combat that easily. Huge change for me. I no longer have that dry skin across my belly at all. And it started to change when I went to a desiccated thyroid. And then it 100% went away and has never come back for years since I've been on desiccated thyroid and since I take good care of my health. I know that my thyroid values, my T3 and T4, are right where they're supposed to be. And this is the key conjunction here. And I know my cells are using the thyroid hormone because I don't have hypothyroid symptoms. Okay, you got to have both of those things at the same time. A lab doesn't tell you everything. A symptom doesn't tell you everything. But get both of those going together, fabulous. Corrected my problem 100%. Okay, so tip number 1, drink more water. If you would like to be in the running to win one of these fabulous prizes, water bottle, stainless steel, mason jar, stainless steel. Make sure that you write me a comment, tell me which one you like, and make sure that you share the video, okay? Awesome. Step number 2 was thyroid people. Or actually, let me rephrase that. Step number 2, get your thyroid checked. Because there might be some of you who don't know that you have a thyroid problem. Don't just get TSH checked. It does not tell you the whole story. If you know you have a thyroid problem and you still have horrendously dry skin or bad eczema, we need to work on your thyroid because the cells in your skin are not getting enough hormone. Even if your labs say you have enough hormone, you're not using it. So we've got to decrease inflammation, we've got to change foods, we've got to work on your belly to get your body using the thyroid hormone that's floating around. Thanks, Steph. Okay, does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. And then step number 3, okay, water, thyroid, and now we need to hydrate and heal. So winter is the worst time for dry skin, and the majority of the time I put coconut oil on my skin. When I get out of the shower, I've got a little tub of coconut oil, which is in a solid form. I scoop some of that up and I definitely rub it on my calves, on my legs. I put it on my belly, I put it on my arms, I even put it on my face sometimes too. Okay, so I use a lot of coconut oil and it works wonderful. Shea butter, another thing, works wonderful. I have a combination of cacao butter, which is chocolate butter, and coconut oil that I use sometimes. Those are all simple, pure, inexpensive things to hydrate your skin. Do not use petroleum-based products. Petroleum is bad and very drying for your skin, okay? But what I want to tell you about is actually a product that contains water. Water, water, water. Now, most of the lotions have a lot of water, but this is a special water from the standpoint of how it's made. So I'm going to talk to you about actually double helix water. And so double helix, who's heard of double helix before? My son Matthew, every time he sees this out on a counter, he's like, ooh, double helix, that's your DNA, right? So our DNA is built in strands of 2, which is called a double helix. So this company has patented and formulated double helix water and made this cream, the skin cream, super hydrating, okay? And so I've seen some miraculous things go on with this skin cream. Now, maybe coconut oil is going to work perfect for you. On top of your water, make sure your thyroid's okay. Start using some coconut oil or shea butter, but you might be allergic, okay? And if you are, this cream really doesn't have any allergens added into it. It's a very clean form of a cream with its powerful ingredient being double helix water. So it's water, stabilized water clusters that then get absorbed into your skin. It's for hydration and healing. So for all of you who've worked with me, you know that we go through a process of decreasing inflammation, eliminating the triggers, and then we need to heal and repair to keep the changes that we've been able to achieve, to keep them long term. You have to heal and repair. So this skin cream does an amazing job at healing and repairing. So things like, I've seen it change eczema, that they've changed their foods, they've changed their belly, everything's going great, and then a super potent cream, they've gotten most of it to go away, but then they need something more powerful than the coconut oil to help it go away. Works tremendous. I've seen it with actinic keratosis, so you might not know what that is, but a lot of us get that, especially on like sunburn areas, like on the tips of your ears, even on your face, where it'll get a little buildup. It'll seem like it's a little scabby, and then you can actually, maybe it'll bother you and it picks off, and then it grows back and it picks off and it grows back. It's considered a precancerous lesion. Again, people get it on the tips of their ears. It's common in a place where you've gotten sunburn, so the tissue there has been damaged. I've seen this reverse that, actinic keratosis, a precancerous lesion, so that, wow, it was there and nothing was taking it away, and then this super hydrating calmed it and healed it, and it doesn't come back. So, Laura, perfect question, my love. I have it. Of course, if you are interested in knowing more about this cream, just send me a message and I'll give you some details about it. I'll tell you, cost, and I'll tell you how I can get it to you if you'd like to order it. But the second one, it's the same thing as far as it being a double helix water. But I've had this for a while that I've used a lot on my hands, especially, dishpan hands. You use your hands out in the garden, they get really dry. Has worked fabulous on my hands. And I've used it intermittently on my face and around my eyes as well. This one is even creamier, and I am loving it as a night cream. So around my eyes and then on my face, and I love it. It works great. It's super hydrating. Why do we get wrinkles? Because we lose fat under our skin and because our skin is dry, okay? And so this helps to prevent that, but I'm really liking this cream on my face. It's creamier than the hand cream or the regular skin cream. So if that's something that interests you, you just send me a personal message and I will get information to you to be able to get that. But let's recap. 1, drink more water. Get in the running to have one of these fabulous stainless steel water bottle mason jar. Gotta write a comment and need to share the video. 2, get your thyroid checked out. Skin problems are tied to the thyroid. They're also tied to your gut. So if you've got eczema, a lot of acne, things like that are often a problem in your gut. Need to change your food, need to clean up your gut, and that will help as well. But thyroid and dry skin, classic. We need to get your thyroid optimal, working the best, and using the thyroid hormones. And then step number 3, heal and repair. You got to hydrate. You may be able to do coconut oil, shea butter, cacao butter, some natural form of a moisturizer, or if you need a lot of help, I've got the Double Helix skin cream and face cream, which is fabulous. Works amazing. So those are my top 3 tips for you tonight. I hope that that was helpful for you. I really, really appreciate you being here and always joining me. If you have questions, you send me a message, okay? If there's something you want me to talk about, let me know and I'll talk about it. I mean, I can't tell you how many times Wednesdays come up and I'm like, oh crap, I got to do a Facebook. What am I going to talk about? And then there are other times I've got a whole big long list. Oh, I could talk about that. I could talk about that. I could talk about that. But I want to talk about what you want to know, okay? So you send me a message. I'm so happy that you were here. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to share, write a comment, and I'll talk to you again soon, okay?